No. No. I don't know who this message is for, but I can't sleep because all I keep hearing is these words going through my head. No. God is trying to tell you that in this season, how many times are you going to keep dimming your light because you keep trying to big somebody else's light? How many times are you going to keep trying to take from your cup knowing that your cup is not full no more? Trying to fill other people's cups. Knowing that you can't. Knowing how you feel in your spirit. You're drained. Physically, spiritually, emotionally. How many times are you going to keep taking from your cup when your cup was running over and you just kept giving and you kept giving and you kept giving and you kept killing until your cup runs dry? Because every single time that you take from your cup to pour into somebody else's, nobody is filling back up your cup. God is telling you in this season of 2025 to stop. Stop putting yourself last. Stop putting yourself on a back burner just to put somebody else first. He is telling you that this is your season, your time for your cup to run off overflow, okay? This is your season. This is your season for you to step out, to step into that calling that God has called you to do, to step into that place that God has called you to be, whether woman or whether man. This is your season. And sometimes when things are happening in your life and you think, God, this is so much turmoil. Why am I going through this and this and this and this? I can't take it no more. God is looking at you like, honey, sometimes you got to go through the fire. Sometimes you got to go through the dark to get to the light. Sometimes those things that are happening to you that you think are happening to you, they're not happening to you. They're happening for you. We are in the season of God is refining you. He is reshaping you. Sometimes God has to remold you. He has to take some things, some layers, peel some things back off of you so that he can take you to that next place. And then he's going to replace it and put things that are supposed to be there on you. Sometimes God is calling you and he might take you out of a group and place you in a corner somewhere alone. Because sometimes the place that God is calling you to go to, sometimes what God is calling you to be, sometimes he needs to remove things from around you so that you can be who God called you to be and you can do what God needs you to do. Sometimes the places that God is taking you and trying to elevate you to, you can't take everybody with you. Although I know it might be overbearing for your heart and you might be, Lord, I just want to take this person with me. And God is saying you can't take them to the next place that I'm taking you in your life. See, each person has a purpose. And sometimes the purpose that God is calling you for, sometimes what he asking you to be and become, you can't take everybody with you. Sometimes we understand there are certain seasons, right? Sometimes people come into our life for a certain season. You got to let that person be in that season, honey. You got to keep elevating and keep growing in life. Sometimes you might be outgrowing a person. Especially when it comes to, sometimes it might be even relationships. I know you ain't trying to hear this. And I know it seemed like you just love this person and you don't want to leave this person and you feel like, what are you going to do without this person? But God is telling you to trust in me because I am your Lord. I am your Savior. I got you. Put all your faith and surrender to me. And I will lead you. I will do the things that you thought that this person can do, but more. I will give you more. But until you let these people in certain places and certain things alone, God is not going to intervene into your life until you realize that God is all you need. To stop putting your trust and faith into people, into things, in certain situations when sometimes God, you need to realize that God is all you need and whatever need. Okay? God is trying to be your strength. You think that you waiting on God and God is trying to tell you he's waiting on you. You ain't waiting on God. God is waiting on you. Honey, stop dimming your light just to big somebody else's up, okay? Because when you actually pay attention to it, you pouring so much of yourself into other people and places and things, but are they pouring back into you? Or are they just taking and taking and taking like vampires? I'm trying to tell you, in this new season of 2025, God is trying to tell you, no. You cannot take everybody where God is trying to take you. You cannot keep putting everybody else before you and feel like, God, why is these people putting me last? They're not putting you last, honey. You putting yourself last. You are putting yourself last because you keep putting everybody else in front of you, before you. We are in the season for you to put yourself first. Sometimes it's okay to say no. It's okay to say no. I understand you got a big heart and you want to say you're trying to be a people pleaser, but understand you cannot be a people pleaser your whole life. It is okay to say no. It is okay to put yourself first when you've been putting yourself last your whole life and you've been putting everybody around you first before you put yourself first. In this season, God is trying to tell you, I am refining you for something greater. In this season, when you think you are weak, believe there is strength in your weakness. Wherever there is weakness, there is strength. You better grab onto that strength and never let it go. God is trying to tell you he got you. But you have to fully surrender to him and not just half step it, or you say a prayer to God and you keep going back and you ask God for certain things, but God is testing your faith, because how can you say that you believe in God if you keep that same prayer that you ask God for every second, you keep going back to check on the progress, on God's progress? And God is telling you, if you 100% believed in me, you don't need to check on the progress, God's progress of what you asked him for. You make that prayer, you put your faith in him, and you keep going about your business and keep walking that godly walk, and God will do the rest for you. But you have to put your 100% faith in him. You can't just half step it. No, do it. Sometimes we might be in relationships and we might love somebody and might feel like we're unequally yoked, because sometimes, let me tell you this. See, when you're in a kingdom marriage or a kingdom relationship, you're with your kingdom spouse, you don't have to worry about being unequally yoked, okay? Because I'm going to tell you this. You know how you know you will be unequally yoked is because you both will be growing at the same time together, intertwined together. Not this person is growing more than the other person. No, that's unequally yoked, honey. Sometimes it's okay to outgrow the person that you're with. It happens, because understand that person was sent in your life for a season. But sometimes because you don't have your spiritual discernment on the way that it needs to be, you think that because God has placed this person in your life for a season, you think that that person is for a lifetime. And God is trying to tell you, no, I've given you this person for a season, because there were some things that you had to go through to learn, or maybe some things that you even had to teach that person. But let that person be in that season, honey. Because where God is about to take you, where he's about to elevate you, I'm telling you, you might think that this is the worst season in your life, and God is trying to tell you he is refining you for something greater. Your blessings is coming. But you can't have certain people in your life, because God knows they're going to try to take that blessing from you. Because you know the devil comes to kill, destroy, and to steal. So understand me, this isn't the worst. The best is yet to come. You keep on serving God. You keep on having faith. You keep on surrendering yourself to God, and watch what he do for you in this season. We are in this season of God doing miracles to those that are living by him and doing right by him. So don't you lose your faith, even in this season when you think it couldn't get any better. Don't you give up on God, and don't you give up on yourself. Understand that things aren't happening to you, they're happening for you. Sometimes God has to refine you a little bit. Sometimes he has to refine you to test your faith. Because guess what? You are deserving of the blessings that you deserve. And never let your situation define you or defile you. Always remember that. Stay safe and God bless. And I love you guys. Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. If you feel like this word is for you, let me know in the comments down below.